Everyone laughed.
Everyone laughed at the old janitor. But no one knew he owned the...
One arrogant manager treated him like he was worthless.
Clean this up immediately!
Then everything changed in just one moment.
The CEO smiled and said, "Welcome back, Mr. Carter."
Never judge someone by their job, because true greatness needs no introduction.
Have you ever judged someone just by the clothes they wear? What if the quiet old janitor cleaning your office floor was actually the richest person in the building? This is the unbelievable story of Michael Carter, a man everyone looked down on until one ordinary day changed everything. For over 15 years, Michael worked as the janitor at one of the biggest technology companies in the city. Every morning, he arrived before sunrise. He quietly unlocked the doors, swept the hallways, polished the floors, and made sure every office looked perfect before the employees arrived. He never complained, he never argued, and no matter how badly people treated him, he always smiled. Most employees didn't even know his name. To them, he was just the old janitor. Some people ignored him completely. Others laughed at his old uniform and worn-out shoes. A few even believed he wasn't intelligent enough to deserve respect. But Michael never allowed their words to change who he was. He greeted everyone with kindness. He held the elevator door for strangers. He picked up papers people dropped without saying a word. To him, respect wasn't something you earned because of money. It was something every human being deserved. One Monday morning, the office was busier than usual. Employees rushed through the lobby carrying expensive coffee cups and laptops. Meetings were starting. Phones were ringing. Everyone seemed stressed. Michael quietly mopped the marble floor near the reception desk. At that moment, a young department manager named Ryan walked in. Ryan was known for his expensive suits, his luxury sports car, and his arrogant attitude. He believed success made him better than everyone else. As Ryan checked his phone while walking, he accidentally spilled hot coffee all over the freshly cleaned floor. The dark liquid spread across the white marble. Ryan looked down in frustration, then he turned toward Michael. Without saying please, without even apologizing, he pointed at the mess and said in a cold voice, "Clean it up. That's all you're good for." Several employees standing nearby laughed quietly. One whispered, "Poor old man. He's probably been doing this his whole life." The lobby filled with uncomfortable silence. Michael looked at the spilled coffee. Then he looked at Ryan. For a brief moment, everyone expected him to become angry. Instead, he simply smiled. He picked up his mop and calmly began cleaning the floor. Not because he was weak, not because he was afraid, but because he understood something that no one else in that room did. Sometimes, the strongest people don't need to prove their strength. They simply wait for the truth to reveal itself. The days passed and life inside the company continued as usual. Ryan became even more confident. He believed he was untouchable. Every chance he got, he ordered Michael around. "Clean my office. Take out the trash. Move faster." Not once did he say thank you. But Michael never responded with anger. Instead, he quietly did his work and wished everyone a good day. What nobody knew was that every hallway, every office, and every meeting room had been carefully observed for years. Michael wasn't just cleaning the building. He was studying the people inside it. He noticed who respected others, who lied, who helped their coworkers, and who believed money made them superior. One Friday morning, a company-wide email arrived. "Attention all employees. On Monday, the founder and majority owner of Carter Technologies will personally visit the headquarters for the first time in many years." The entire office exploded with excitement. People whispered in every corner, "I've heard he's worth billions. They say nobody knows what he looks like. Imagine meeting the man who built this company." Managers rushed to prepare presentations. The reception area was decorated with flowers. Every desk was cleaned. Even Ryan bought a brand new designer suit. He practiced introducing himself in front of the mirror. "If the owner likes me," he thought, "my promotion is guaranteed." Meanwhile, Michael continued pushing his cleaning cart through the empty hallways, just as he always had. No expensive suit, no security guards, no special treatment. On Sunday evening, after everyone had gone home, Michael quietly walked into a private room that had remained locked for years. He entered a hidden office overlooking the entire building. Inside were old photographs, awards, and the original blueprint of the company. On one wall hung a framed picture of a much younger Michael standing beside the very first Carter Technologies office. He smiled softly as he looked at the photo. "So much has changed," he whispered. The next morning, employees filled the lobby before sunrise. Everyone waited nervously for the mysterious billionaire. Luxury cars began arriving one after another. People assumed the owner must be inside one of them, but none of the visitors were the founder. Ryan checked his watch again. "Where is he?" he asked impatiently. At exactly 9 o'clock, the automatic glass doors slowly opened. Footsteps echoed through the silent lobby. Every eye turned toward the entrance, and what they saw left the entire building speechless. The entire lobby fell silent. Standing at the entrance was Michael, the same old janitor, the same worn-out uniform, the same gentle smile. Ryan frowned. "What are you doing here?" he snapped. "The owner's arriving any minute. Get back to work." A few employees chuckled. They thought Michael had accidentally walked into the wrong place. But before anyone could say another word, the elevator doors opened. The company's CEO stepped out with several board members behind him. Everyone expected them to walk past Michael. Instead, the CEO walked directly toward him. Then in front of hundreds of employees, he smiled warmly and extended his hand. "Welcome back, Mr. Carter. We've all been waiting for you." The room froze. Ryan's face turned completely pale. The laughter disappeared instantly. No one could believe what they had just heard. Mr. Carter, the billionaire founder, the old janitor? Michael shook the CEO's hand and smiled. "Thank you," he said quietly. "It's good to be back." The board members greeted him with respect. Some even called him sir. Ryan felt his heart racing. This can't be real," he whispered. Michael slowly turned toward the employees. "I know many of you are surprised," and he began, "but for the past 15 years, I haven't been hiding from this company. I've been learning from it." The room remained completely silent. "I wanted to know how people treated someone who had no title, no expensive suit, and no power." He looked around the room. "I've cleaned your offices. I've listened to your conversations. I've watched how you treated receptionists, security guards, interns, and each other." Then Michael looked directly at Ryan. "You believe success gave you the right to disrespect others." Ryan lowered his head. He couldn't say a single word. Michael continued, "A person's true character isn't revealed by how they treat their boss. It's revealed by how they treat the people who can do nothing for them." Many employees felt ashamed. Some remembered the times they had ignored Michael. Others remembered the moments they had shown him kindness. Everyone now realized the quiet janitor had seen everything. Michael took a slow step forward. The room was so quiet that no one dared to breathe. He looked at every employee before speaking again. "For 15 years, I wasn't searching for the smartest employee. I was searching for the kindest one." The CEO handed Michael a small folder. Inside were 2 different lists. Michael opened the first one. "I want to recognize the people who treated everyone with respect." He smiled at an elderly receptionist. "You always greeted me with a smile." She burst into tears. A young intern stepped forward. "You once stayed after work just to help me carry cleaning supplies." The intern couldn't believe Michael had remembered such a small act. One by one, employees who had shown kindness were called to the front. Some received promotions. Others received scholarships, bonuses, or leadership opportunities. The entire room applauded. Then, Michael opened the second folder. His smile slowly faded. "This list contains people who believed respect had to be earned with money or status." Ryan closed his eyes. He already knew his name would be there. Michael looked directly at him. "You had talent. You had intelligence. But you lack something far more valuable. Character." Ryan tried to apologize. "I'm sorry, Mr. Carter. I didn't know who you were." Michael gently shook his head. "That's exactly the point. You shouldn't need to know who someone is before treating them with respect. Those words echoed through the silent lobby. Several employees lowered their heads in shame. Ryan and a few others were dismissed from the company that day, not because they made mistakes, but because they repeatedly chose arrogance over kindness. Before leaving, Michael turned to everyone one last time. Success isn't measured by the size of your office or the number in your bank account. It's measured by how you make other people feel. He smiled the same quiet smile he had worn every single day as a janitor. Then he walked toward the exit. This time, no one saw an old janitor. They saw a great leader, a man who had built a billion-dollar company without ever forgetting the value of humility. And from that day forward, no one in the building ever looked at a cleaner, a security guard, or a receptionist the same way again, because they had learned a lesson they would never forget. Treat every person with kindness, because you never know who they truly are. The greatest wealth in life isn't money, it's character.